Hi viewers, welcome back to our talk show, Young and Bold. My name is Hannah, I'll be your host for today. I'm joined by my special guest and I will let him introduce himself. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. My name is Benson Godia. That's my true names, and because I deal with the youth, they call me coaches, and sometimes they call me Coach Mbuyu. Thank you for welcoming me.
You're welcome. Okay, thank you, Godia, for your introduction. Today we are going to talk about guidance and counseling, and I would like also Godia to tell us what he does. Yeah.
I am a health worker. I do counseling, I did psychology. I work at Riruta Health Center as an adherence counselor. This is a place whereby I deal with clients who come in, those who are on care. For example, someone has been tested, has turned out to be positive, newly tested, they'll come to me, I'll prepare them, go through the stages of accepting their status, prepare them to start treatment. Another thing I do also, I counsel youth about behavior change. I do counseling also about drugs, divorce, separation, and any other issue that may bring stress and depression.
As you can hear from Godia, our topic of today is going to be guidance and counseling. As you can hear, he's a counselor, he deals with the youth, and he deals with so many problems which are facing our society. And today we are going to start by, our introduction is about different cases of single parenting and adolescents, on how to handle adolescent behaviors changes. Godia, on our first question or topic about different changes on adolescents and young youth.
Yeah. Actually, the way the host just said, we are supposed to discuss about behavior changes among adolescents and youth. The only thing I would like to reflect back and say is these behavior changes among the youth also can be triggered with how they are brought up. For instance, if we reflect back on how these youth are brought up, we find out that some youth are brought up by different parenting.
Yes.
That those youth who have an advantage, they are brought up with both parents, and those youth that are not lucky,
yes,
they are brought up by a single parent.
Okay.
But now the question usually is, what are the causes of single parenting? And apart from the causes, is how can we differentiate between the two children, the children that have been brought up by a single parent and a child who has been brought up by both parents, actually. So, and then let us discuss about different causes of single parenting.
Yes.
For instance, there are some parents who brings up their children single because of so many different issues. For instance, there's separation.
Yes.
Probably one parent has just separated from the other, and then they still communicate. Sometimes they can still see the child, both of them in a different way, but the one who is taking care of the child is only one.
Yes.
That's separation. And then another thing is a divorce, whereby a divorce has been done, if the properties has been shared out, so one parent is taking care of the child, another one is completely probably not taking care of the child because actually the divorce was done and they divided the properties, everything they had probably. So one parent is taking care of the child. Another one is through death. Probably one parent died. And due to death, now one parent has just found him or herself just taking care of the child single-handedly. Another one is through rape cases. Yes, you know, we have rape cases out there. A parent get pregnant not because they wished for it, not because they planned for it, but just because a rape happened and they went up, they ended up getting pregnant. And that's how their single parenting started. And then we have GBV, gender-based violence.
Yeah.
Gender-based violence is whereby you see your child lives among relatives, lives the community, you have neighbors, the people you know very well, but because as a parent, you did not plan to get married, probably you are not married or you are married, and then you stay with your relatives, and then they end up harming you, raping you.
Yeah.
But the people you are very close to, you know, that's GBV.
Yeah.
So you end up getting pregnant. I hope you understand between the difference between GBV and a rape case.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, yes. And then there is abandonment. You get together, you get a child, and then one person just moves out. Or a child is just left to survive on their own.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not abandonment.
Yeah.
And then we have another one we call deadbeat father. Deadbeat father is whereby a mother decides that she doesn't want to get married, and the only thing she can do is she have to go to a sperm bank.
Yeah.
She purchases one. She gets pregnant.
Yes.
Then she takes care of the child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another one is personal choice.
Yeah.
I've just decided I want to get married. A good example is Madonna. Madonna is the musician.
Yeah.
You pay someone, that someone helps to get you pregnant. You enter into an agreement. As soon as you get pregnant, that's all of it. You don't come and demand that it's your child.
All right.
Yeah. So a child brought through these types of parenting,
Yes.
probably you may find that they're different. For example, a child whose mother was raped. If you compare that child with the parents who brought the child together,
Yes.
there are two different children,
Yes.
especially when it comes to behavior.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Godia, for breaking us down through this introduction.
Yeah.
Now, I want us to concentrate in one,
Yes.
which is the first comment, because this is a discussion we'll be going through.
Yeah.
You'll take us. It's a process because
It's a
it is
process.
guidance and counseling.
Yeah.
So you'll be taking us a process. Let's call it an episode, yeah? So, so today let's deal with single parenting and how single parenting are supposed to know the changer behavior of their teenager or a young youth.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Challenges. Single parenting is not that easy because we have so many challenges, especially when the parent is bringing up a child. And the challenges we undergo through as single parents may contribute towards a child's behavior.
Yeah.
For instance, we have this single parent who is taking care of the child, and probably she or he is not financially stable because he or she is working alone, doing everything to find some money, but there is no money. So at the end of it, you'll find that the parent may start using the child to source some funds into the family.
Yes.
So that child may learn how to source for money very early in life, which probably may be advantage to the child, learning the hard way, or disadvantage.
Exactly.
Because at the same time, you would actually want this child to go to school, to come home and study, but at the same time also, you are sourcing for money.
Yes.
And probably school ends at around 5.
Yes.
And probably your neighbor out there wants your child to go and wash utensils or clothes for them that they pay. So financially, that's how probably can change a child's behavior.
Okay.
Yes. Another thing I can talk about is we have this stigma. Stigma. This is a child that sees her friends or his friends walking around with both parents.
Yes.
Start asking questions. Why doesn't have? I don't have a father. Why this? Why that?
Yeah.
That child will start coming back to you, start asking questions. Who is my dad? And probably you are raped.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll be free to discuss with your child that you are raped by your dad or your uncle? Who fathered the child? Will you? In your case?
In my case,
can you do that?
It will take me a lot of courage, to talk and be open. Okay. Also, we are also asked to be open to our kids, because if you don't tell them the truth, they will go out there and look for the truth. And it's better it comes from you than from other people, because you don't know how they will talk. So for me, I will advise someone who is going through that certain of problem to sit and rethink and know how to talk to the kid if he comes to ask about his father. This is based in rape cases.
Rape cases,
Okay,
so it actually happens, and sometimes when you disclose this to the child, that child may receive that information in a negative way. It may impact negative to the child.
Yes.
It may even slow down his self-esteem. It may even completely change his behavior, which may result in depression.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So those are some of the examples.
Okay. Wow. Thank you very much, Godia, for taking us through. I think we should go to the second question.
Yes.
And you break down to us. Separation.
Separation.
The second question was separation. Can you also tell us about how the separation will affect child behavior?
Okay.
Most of the thing we are talking here is about adolescent and young youth behavior, because there is where someone anajipatanga anajielewa. Sasa hapo ndio unaanza kujielewa kutoka adolescent up to young youth, up to now when you are 35. That is where I want to know.
Okay. You know, separation, the reasons why separation happens.
Yes.
And before the separation itself takes place, there must be some reasons. Probably there's fighting between the parents.
Yes.
And during the fighting, the child sees what's happening. Probably maybe one of the parents, how they behave. For example, drunkard, alcoholism in the house, in the family, mistrust in the family.
Yes.
Probably some of them getting married to the second wife. So separation will happen because of a reason. And probably that child is seeing what is happening. And probably initially, the relationship between the parents was very positive. Very positive, and the child was confident that actually the life was going the right direction. And then when separation happens, and probably this child is more attached to the dad. And this is the dad who is leaving the house. Leaving the house. So that loneliness can really affect the child. The dad is no longer there. The mother is alone. The mother has now started struggling. Probably the mother was a housewife. She wasn't working. And probably the dad was a breadwinner. And now the child starts feeling loneliness. And that could result in depression.
Wow. Thank you again for breaking down to us that way. I would also like to invite you again, and to tell us one or two things about how to tackle this problem.
The challenges. Rick, you know, we have these developmental stages of children. And they say if the best thing you can do is you need to join them into their world. Join them. Don't force them to do things. Join them and then walk with them slowly. Learning how they want things to be done. Guiding them to do the right thing. For example, if a child asks you, Mom, I want to go out with my friends. We have a dinner party, or we have a party that we're going to spend a night. Don't start yelling or blah, 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 blah. Ask them the importance of the party. Where is it happening? How is it happening? Can I join you? Do you have older people? How old are you? Do you think you are old enough to go for a party? So ask them questions, let them answer. Do you think you are old enough to go for a party? Yes. And do you think you are safe? How safe are you? How sure can I tell that you are safe? So it's not that simple, bring them, but also we have family values. You have your own family value. For example, the way you are brought up, will you allow your child to go out, on especially when she's a girl, on her own? Because there is danger out there. So guide them, but don't punish them, don't force them, include them into the discussions. Don't make decisions for them. Just ask them questions, let them answer the questions. They'll answer for themselves.
Okay.
Yes. For instance, there is curfew.
Yes.
And you're telling me you want to go out.
At this
Don't you think time will run out for you? And I'm a single mother. I'm a single father. I'm not working, I don't have money. If you are caught by police, where will I get money to get you out of the police station?
All right. Thank you very much for telling us that we should not pressure our kids, or we should engage our kids in their discussion, and understand and know how and why they want to do these things.
Yes. For example, a child has homework from school.
Yes.
You're just forcing the child to do the homework. Yes. Give them an opportunity. Ask them, how do you want to do your homework? What time do you feel you're comfortable to do your homework? Yes. Don't you think doing your homework at night you'll feel sleepy? You are telling me you're waking up around 4 to study. Does it not affect you in class? Don't you feel sleepy in class? What time do you think you can do this? How comfortable to do this? I want you to help me wash utensils. How do you want to wash them? What time do you want to wash them? How do you feel when I ask you to wash my utensils? You say,
okay. Wow, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time, Godia, and for bringing us down to this. I think we are going to come into the end of our discussion for today, and I will also invite Godia to tell us something, just something small, about just something small.
Yes.
Something small to close up. Kufunga.
Oh yeah. The session of today it was just an introduction. We were discussing about behavior changes, so we weren't expecting to talk more, but we promised that next time we're going to organize ourselves. We will discuss about these children who are brought up by different parenting, both two parents, how they behave against those who are brought up by single parents and how they behave. And then also we'll discuss about the youth, the studies, sports and school, drugs. Together, we'll find ways on how we can assist our children survive the community. Today, the life of today is so harsh.
Yes.
It's difficult, so many challenges, and these children need us to guide them. If we don't guide them, they get lost. And when they get lost, the blame will be to us. So it's for us to do our best and give what we can so that they will never have an excuse to say that, Dad, Mom, you are never there for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you, Godia. Thank you, viewers, for your time